What's next? I'm mulling over an idea about the obstacles in our lives are actually opportunities. I've meditated and my brain or my higher self decided to have a conversation about me to please stop focusing on the obstacles in my life. Please stop focusing and calling them obstacles, because each of these obstacles are really opportunities. Each obstacle as they come into your life come with tools. Although you may not know you have the tools to deal with them, you might not see them, but when you open up your mind, when you open up your ears and open up your eyes and utilize all of the tools in your belt, you might have to utilize friends, people that you haven't had to contact in a while. You might have to utilize a part of yourself that you didn't know you had. But every thing that you would call an obstacle are really just an opportunity to better yourself. It's an opportunity for you to take it as it comes, and rather than being a blockage, use it as a way to improve yourself, or if you're lucky and they have the right perspective, you might be able to use it to actually as an advantage in other parts of your life. Now, I don't really have examples of these, but my higher self said that what you would normally call obstacles, you can use some of them in other parts of your life as an asset. That you can turn around these obstacles and actually use them as they are to improve yourself. And it's not the improving by overcoming them, it's the improving your life by using them. So, like I said, I don't have examples of this, but my higher self has tried to convince me, or is convincing me. There's no try in this world. There's is or not. And it's just because it's difficult for my mind to get around. I just have to have the faith that all the puzzle pieces are in front of me. I just have to learn to put them together. And that, yes, obstacles come up in everyone's life. Everyone's life has the potential to be perfect, but there'll always be things that come up. And these things that come up are actually, although they're totally out of our control, although they're totally new and unfamiliar, they're there to help us improve ourselves, improve our lives, improve our mind, or improve our spirit. Some of them might involve getting others involved in our lives. I mean, sometimes us empaths tend to be antisocial just because it's just easier that way. And this might be a time when Source says, no, you've got to connect with your friends. You have your friends. You got to start utilizing them. So maybe that's the obstacle in your life, is just you having to consult with your friends. And although your friends might not help you fix the obstacle itself disappears by itself because you talked with your friends. Because sometimes just talking things out gives you a new perspective. Sometimes when they say things and they don't quite understand what your problem is, but you keep talking back and forth and having a discussion compassionately, because you can have a compassionate discussion with someone at all times. Even if you have no idea what they're talking about, even if you don't believe a word they're saying, but you're listening to what they're saying. You might not understand anything they're saying. You might not be supportive of anything they're saying, but you're listening with your heart, and you support them. You might not support the idea, but you support them. And you're being compassionate, and it just might bring out all aspects of the conversation. And sometimes when you're talking to a friend about one thing, you can help them with another thing. So I guess I have to stop using the word obstacle, because it has become a negative word. And That's what life is about. It's not about the words themselves and what their true meaning is. It's the meaning that they have for us. And so I have a negative connection with obstacle. But the word opportunity always has a positive connection for me. That's like love. To me, love can have partial negative connotations, positive. Love can go multiple directions, but compassion is always good. If you use compassionate love, you're always on the right path. If you take obstacles and make them an asset, if you take these obstacles and make them an opportunity, that might be the key to the final key for me to have my most perfect life. But this is one of those times when, if anyone out there has any other ideas, I welcome them. And this is the time when being told I'm wrong is fine if you could just give me an idea of how I'm mistaken. Because if anyone finds this video interesting or challenging, please comment, please critique. I'm not a sensitive flower. I really need negative connection, negative feedback, just so I can know what others are hearing, because sometimes when I say things, it's perceived in the not quite what I'm trying to say, and I don't want to be that way, but I do want to understand what others are hearing from me. Or maybe it's just a time when I just need to talk it out, and that's what all these videos are, for me to talk it out with myself and present things, and for me to listen later and get a new perspective of what my mind was at that very moment. Either way, I welcome anyone's comments, anyone's critique, or if you want to, subscribe and rip me to pieces. Trolls are fine with me about now. I just want to get my numbers up. That's just selfish. I don't want to be selfish. I do want to help others. Well, help myself, of course. But that's about it. So, whatever you have to say, I welcome it. I'm open to it. And I hope you have a fantastic, perfect, aligned life. What's next?